Hey friends, Justin here. Let's do a quick mid-season recap of Res Dogs. So, it kind of late to mid-season. We're about 6 episodes into this phenomenal season. The series has been described. I've been reading articles and watching videos. It's been described as a triumph, uh, and a triumph without qualification, not an indigenous triumph, but on all four cylinders, and I really really love that. It's being seen and appreciated for um, the good work that it is. I'm so jazzed that it's been fast tracked for season 2. What it does is it creates an industry. It creates a line of work for people. It creates a new industry for folks to pass down to their children, new possibilities. So, if we can get, a commitment from Disney for maybe 4 seasons, I think that would be exceptional for the stability of the cast and the community, the larger community that works on the show. Do you guys know what I'm saying? So we need a commitment of 4 seasons. Um, I appreciate each and every one of you for going along this journey with me. I jump on and I do kind of snap reactions. Like I watch the episode at 11 p.m. as soon as it airs, and I don't organize my notes. So sometimes I'm sorry for that, guys. So sometimes I may miss some things in the show, or may mispronounce, one of the actors' names and things like that. But I love that the conversation on our videos has just been about information, about enlightenment, about connecting communities. It's really been a positive space. I'm going to link below. There are a few other YouTubers that post more in-depth reviews, to kind of give you some of the things that I may miss as kind of a snap reactor. Uh, Patrick is a Navajo. Everyone, loves Patrick's channel. One of my new friends, Maggie J's reviews. She is so funny. I'm going to link her channel below. Another friend of mine, Joe LaRocca, and he's outside of the indigenous community, but he's got a really cool perspective as well. So I'm going to link him. Um, and so I try to be intentional and put out content that'll last us for a week, but I ask you guys to understand that they are kind of snap reactions, so I may miss some things. I think Elora Dan and her character arc is a really interesting one, and one that I haven't really touched on a lot throughout the reviews that we've done, and her allegiances to the pack. So everyone else so far, like Cheese and Willie Jack and Bear, to me, we've all found reasons to connect with the community. We've all found reasons to stay. You know, as we, California is still the goal, but along the way, we're starting to get sidetracked. And I agree with a lot of you guys that Elora seems to be the one that is, kind of gung ho and ready to go to California. So it is going to be interesting to see where her um, allegiance lies. My hope is ultimately that she finds her reason to stay around. Um, but that's also interesting because I think each person has to define what success is for them. You can't, sometimes it's hard to put milk back in the jug. Home is not exactly, it's not going to be exactly what it was, uh, if you leave the res and come back. So I think, for each person, they have to kind of decide in this life, what is success? Is it, looking inward and going home? Or, is it possibly going out in the world and gathering resources to enrich the community? There's value, on both sides. But I appreciate, being embraced and, people being kind and really engaging in conversation on my channel. It's really been an honor, and I appreciate all of my new subscribers, each and every one of you, engaging with you, and everyone that joins, I notice and appreciate. I am super excited to see how do we wrap up, the beginning of this journey. How are we going to address, the communities of color, white communities in season 2? Are we going to dialogue with them? I understand, and I'm totally on board. A community waits 600 years for a mainstream voice. Sit back and let them have their say. And that's where I'm basically at with the show. It's got to be authentic, and it's got to come from the voice of the community. Going forward, I hope that we can start embracing other communities and showing other communities how we are all similar, how we are all one and nature, and how denying oneself of being nature, over generations, being apart and better than other people, how that's actually traumatic to oneself, and what it's going to take to see value in communities of color, and communities where we may not necessarily see ourselves as more valuable than the land around us, than the trees and the mountains and than the natural resources that are around us. But that doesn't necessarily make us lesser people. And understanding the intrinsic value of being nature, I think is the challenge and the discussion that we need to have moving forward. But this is one of the best shows I've ever seen, without qualification. What do you guys think? Where is Elora Danan going? Who are your favorite characters? And what are your hopes for season 2? I thank you all for going on this really cool ride with me. And until next time, guys, I'll see you. Cheers.